What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at, man. Let's get it done here today. Figured we pop on, see what we can get done. Happy Pharaoh Friday. What's up? How we doing? Derek, good to see ya. Christian, how we doing, big dog? Let's get it done, man. We are, of course, as is typical, on the 5-minute NQ chart. We are 345 out from the close of Big Bar 31. We're currently in what I would call a single bar trading range, but realistically, no, you could draw this. You could also draw this. Okay. Now, unfortunately, you could also probably draw this, though the soft bear channel and the soft bull channel both require a lot more development. When that is the case, I leave it like that, and we see what's up. ATR 32, not too bad for a day like today. Man, going into a weekend around the holidays, let's see what we can get done. Royal, thank you. Thank you. For the genuine compliment. All right, man. Let's see how 31 closes up. Again, we got to see this break out of this single bar trading range. Started at bar 28. It is short-lived, which is okay. You know, sideways ranges like this. This one's a little bit wider. We're looking at maybe about 100 points, sideways trading range. 100 points with an ATR of 30. You know, you can end up with some continuation setups in there, which is good. But it's a little tight, especially if ATR starts to increase. It's up from, 30 to 33. We'll see if that can get up above 40. That would be great. If that does happen, though, then we're probably going to need this thing to break out of this sideways trading range for me to get anything done. Question, is the close of 11, that's bar 11, a good setup? I assume you mean to the short side. A few of us took that and it worked out, got a full ATR. Just curious on your thoughts. Yeah, the close of 11 is reasonable. At that time, ATR was 40. And you look here, like, okay, well, how many points realistically do we have down to the 20 EMA? You've got about 40. So, yes, the close of 11 is reasonable. You have 8, more like 9, 10, 11. Bear body, okay, inside this little trading range. Nothing on 9, 10, essentially a doji. Nothing on 10, of course. And then 11 gives you that, on, off, on kind of 3-bar setup when the middle bar is a doji. Or a small bull body or bear body in a long setup. Yeah, 11's reasonable, but I'm not going to pretend like it's an A setup. That's about a B setup, but totally worth taking. Taz, how we doing, big man? All right. Come on, 32. 250 out. All right, so I gotta hear from you guys. I plan to personally, but how many of you guys are trading at all next week? This coming week is typically the week where a lot of traders are like, I'm just taking the whole week off. I do not plan to take the week off. I plan to trade. But are you trading next week? Just in the chat, what's up? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth setting, showing up, trading in the mornings. I don't think anyone's taking the week off, man. Love to see it. A lot of traders will look for any reason at all to just not trade for a month, which I think is crazy. It's like, don't you want to be here? All right, 32. 32 is just about a dead bar. So let's watch 33, man. See what we can get. Goodness. Look at the range on that last bar, bar 32. Was that about 12 points? If we could get the bulls taking out the wick high of 27, heading up toward the wick high of 7, all of a sudden there's a whole lot on the table. Yeah, and I don't care which way it goes. This thing wants to dip and go beneath the wick low of 19. That is probably the slower route to a setup, but I'll take it. I'll take it. When volatility is a little low for your liking. Like, I don't want to complain about a 29 ATR. That's okay. We can work with 29. You know, but 49 is better. If we could get that pull in, that letting the bears take control is the quickest way to get that ATR up. So that would be a beautiful thing if we could see it. Come on, you bulls. Let's do it. All right, 60 seconds out here from the close of 33. You know, you're always going to be one short. No matter how many monitors you got, you're always one monitor short, man. That's how it always ends up. Crazy. Been chasing that dragon for years. And will continue to do so. There you go, folks. Let's get that up through. All right, if we can see that get reasonably... Yeah, I'd say the wick high at 27. Reasonably up through the wick high at 27. Not like barely, because then it's just a trading range argument. But if we can get up and through, which would require kind of an influx of volatility here on bar 34. But we have 4 minutes to get it done, which is enough time. So let's get rid of this. We know that that is there, and we are not going to forget that that's there. But I need these bulls to convince me. we go, bulls. $220 out. Am I going to get an opportunity here to try to hunt some stops? Ooh, I need the bulls to take this a bit higher. Not there. That's not enough. That's still too much of an argument of a range. But if they can take that up and through, get us a little further away from the wick high at 27. At that point, then I'm willing to take the early trade. And try to stop hunt high a day up at the wick high of 7, man. If the bulls can give that to me. Minute 45 out here. Good work. Good work. Now turn that 2 into about 15, 20, man. You have proof of concept. Scale it. Scale it as quickly as humanly possible. We've got time to dilly-dally. Minute 10. Well, we better hop on over to the execution screen. 20 seconds out. Copy trader. Engaged. Get that going. Come on, bulls. Hold it up. Hold it up. Hold it up. Don't fall apart. Don't fall apart on you, bulls. Oh, yes. Oh, you bulls, bunch of babies. That hurts. All right, we wait on 35. Gotta wait on 35 then. That's all right. You know, about the scaling thing, a little perspective. I think that, you know, a lot of you would probably say this isn't the case, but, you know, I do think it is maybe the case. You just don't realize it. A lot of people are kind of almost like scared to scale because they're like, I'm not ready for those. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for bigger numbers. You know, the other day, it made me think of all you guys. I don't even know what it was. I saw a clip. It was just like an overhead, like B-roll clip of like drone footage of like a neighborhood, like a regular neighborhood in Florida or something. And, you know, picture what I'm talking about. You guys have all seen this kind of footage. It's just like B-roll footage over a neighborhood, and you can see all the cul-de-sacs, and each little dot is a house. And this is one little neighborhood on one street, or a cluster of little neighborhoods on one street, in one town, in one state, in one country, on one continent in the world. And I'm looking at this and I'm like thinking about that. And I'm like, you know, it's really easy to look at the US population and say there's 340 million people. You know, the world population, okay, there's 8 billion people. There's a lot of money to go around. But it's different when you look at something like that and you think, every one of those houses in this little speck of real estate. Every one of those houses is, I don't know, at least $500,000, if not $1 million. It's like a normal, nice neighborhood in like Florida, right? $500,000, $1 million, every single house, $500,000, $1 million. Every single house, one street. One little neighborhood, one street, one little town in one county, in one state, in one country. There's so much money. It's kind of crazy. There's so much money. And you don't think that you can go and scale to making 10 grand a day? Come on, big dog. You make 10 grand a day for the rest of your life and no one even knows you exist. That's how much of a tiny little drop in that bucket it is. Crazy. All right, 35. Let's see what we get. Come on, man. Minute 45 out. Give us a pop. $60 seconds. Come on, Bulls. All right, 30 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. Come on, you bulls. Give me a close above the wick high at 34. Come on, bulls. Get some confidence. An inside close. Nothing you can do about that. You know how insecure these bulls are? I'm not betting on them when they're that insecure, man. They're standing in the corner, posted up. You gotta wait till they get out on that dance floor. All right, 36. What you got? ATR dipping, man. We're down to just below 26 on the ATR. All right, we got a minute 45 till the close here, a big 36. I mean, I gotta tell you, I'm willing to take a moderate, small-ish full close. I mean, it's got to have some size to it. Can't be looking like 21, you know. Let's see what we get here on a 36. "28 seconds here. Come on, 36. You big baby." Well, I mean, I better get ready, huh? Just in case we get a last-second adjustment. I'm not looking to miss something here. All right, 37, what you got? All right, now I gotta tell you, there's really two arguments at this point. And I'd probably draw like this. And just draw the average. A bunch of people might draw like that. There's really no argument at this point for a soft bear channel, at least not yet. Really, we're looking at either range or soft bull channel. Which means if we get more of a deeper controlled pull-in, I can still make sense if they trade long side, but kind of look right. Ideally, we would just blow out this wick high, or I guess the wick high of 35, and give us a stop hunting setup. I prefer that. But what I prefer is irrelevant. We gotta take what we get. And only when it's there, man. Well, all right, I gotta tell you, to me, No matter how I try to look at this to stay fresh set of eyes, I continue to come back to that argument, at least right now, which means that until that breaks, I am really only interested in trades to the long side on continuation or soft bull channel, pretty soft bull channel, honestly. Range scalps, reversion, limit order entry stuff. Which means I would need it to pull into the lower third here. And not on one bar, because that becomes an outsized bar. So, let's see what we get. Things could speed up. That would be tremendous. ATR 25. Let's get rid of this. We know that that is there. Max, good work, brother. In a Take Profit Pro, 500 bucks away from that first payout, man. Good job. Good job. Now take it easy. Just do what you've been doing. A lot of people get really close to the finish line. They almost self-sabotage it by sizing up. There's no need for that. What you've been doing clearly is showing progress, correct? So just keep doing what you're doing. Whether that payout hits tomorrow, or even if it takes a week and a half, 2 weeks, doesn't really matter. Not too much, at least long term. Take it easy and get to that finish line. Oh, you bulls. Man, somebody's got to get a little cocky here. I still want to stop on the Wikai at 7. Now, what I don't want is a super, super slow grind into it. I'd prefer 38 close, moderately strong. And then 39 gives us another moderately strong bull body with a little bit of space yet to the Wikai of 7. That's my ideal right now. Yeah, that would be it. Let's see if we can get that. right, 25 seconds out here till the close of 38. Kind of doing what I'm looking for. Let's see if 39 can give us what I'm looking for. Not too bad, bulls. Hold that there. All right, 39. Get it done. Bears, don't do that! Let me tell you, the last thing we want is this. That's the very last thing that we want. So, bulls, let's get a little bit of confidence. HR 23. It would be very nice to not see that ATR dip below 20. Richard, what's up, brother? How we doing? All right, I'm pulling it out. I'll be right back. Watch this ATR pump to about 31 after a 60-point move. What you watch? Ready? All right. Welcome back. You see that? 60-point move, baby. Oh, jeez. You know, these are the days. You just gotta think, man. As boring as it can be. I mean, let's just call it what it is. As boring as it can be to sit and watch the market do this all day. It could be worse. Keep that in mind, man. It could be a hell of a lot worse. And you know what? For most of us, it probably has been a hell of a lot worse. So this is all right. Come on, 40. Chris, what's up, brother? How we doing? $90. Remember what we said we didn't want? This right here is exactly what we prefer not to have. Now, it doesn't just mean the day is due. We've seen stuff do this, and then all of a sudden, you know, it breaks out into a kind of aggressive, soft bull or bear channel, and you take 4 trades and make a lot of money. We've, of course, seen that happen, but just gotta wait it out. Well, I guess in the meantime, why don't we check out a 2-minute chart, see what's up over there. Yeah, pretty much what you'd expect. BTR 10, it's not too bad actually on the minute. Little wiki though. All right, bulls. The bulls maybe want to play here. You're gonna have to give me a good close. I don't mind that. We still got 3 minutes, man. Let's get rid of this as soon as we can, as is typical. See if the bulls have the early trade for us, which to me means closing kind of near the wick high of that current bar. See if they can get that done. Yep, Whisper, it's about that time, man. You know, one of the kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, pillars that I try to keep front and center in my life in general. That I always remind myself of, because it's how I would want to be treated. And this is important. Don't hold somebody to who they once were. Hold them to who they are today. Even if who they once were was a few weeks ago. Now, obviously, you know, there's nuance here with people who are bad for you in general, who have repeated patterns for decades. You know, like, there's obviously nuance here if there's someone in your life like that who's like a poison to you, obviously. But what I'm saying is, like, when you're talking to yourself about your trading, let's get specific here. And you're like, yeah, I suck. I'm just a big gambler. I'm addicted to the dopamine hits of the gambling in the market, blah, blah, blah. But I've been disciplined for, a week and a half. It's like, dude, that's a week and a half. That's different. You made a change. Hold yourself to who you are right now at this very moment, not a week and a half ago. I don't care if you made a change 4 days ago. It's better than you did 4 days ago, So if you've been disciplined for fucking 3 days, I think you should think of yourself as a disciplined trader, because that just keeps the snowball rolling. All right, 90 seconds out. Come on, big 40. Beautiful. Keep that holding, bulls! Let's not lose it. All right, now you can see just barely about to go off screen. That wick high of 7 is what I want to stop on. That is the goal. 27 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. Bulls, you got to hold that early trade. Get back up to the wick high of this bar and close this thing. We've had enough of bar 41. All right, 10 seconds out. Get my stop limit buy out and ready. There you are, bulls. Place that beautiful placement. I'll give that about 25 seconds. See if we can get a fill. Come on, bulls. Pop it through. Pop it through. 10 seconds. Ugly bulls. No fill, no trade. Gotta pull it. Gotta pull it. That's the discipline. Bunch of babies. No, I don't want to take out the wick high of 41. I'm nervous. Bunch of baby bulls. Alright, 42. Let's see what we get. Wick high of 7 is right where my cursor is. 25.6. Trader on tilt. What's up, brother? I use the affordable indicators copy trader. I've used quite a few, and that one has given me the least issues by far. So not to say it's absolutely perfect, but a lot of the problems that come with with copy traders in general, if you're trading with NinjaTrader, are they're issues I've come to learn. Like the ghost order affordable indicators one, he recently came out with an update that I installed as it came out, and it automatically detects ghost orders now and then flattens them. It was really, really nice. So I think I need to change the setting. It takes 5 seconds, and I want it to have it faster. But it's a good copier. All right, we're a minute 23 out here from the close of 42. It's yard down to 21.8. Do we dip below 20? Let's take a poll in the chat. Just type. Is the ATR, let's say in the next half hour, will it dip beneath 20 here on the 5-minute NQ chart? March, obviously. Or is it going to stay above 20 and start pulling away? Oh, God. There it is, 20. Oh, goodness. Christmas dinner. Oh, man. It is what is probably my all-time favorite meal. Is either porterhouse or a New York strip with white rice. And then I drizzle Frank's buffalo sauce a little bit on the white rice. That right there is probably my favorite meal of all time. Three minutes out. Come on, 43. 2 minutes out here, man. So we basically, at this point, we have a bigger soft bull channel, but as we're coming into the high of day, which we have not taken out yet, that's the wick high 7 right there at 25,600. We're getting that really, really common slowdown grind into the high of day, which leaves us with soft bull channel, but wedge. Right? So I can take the same trade if we get a bear close, a limit order entry reversion scalp, but I'll call it a trade because today's volatility is a little bit slower. It might take a little longer. But I would need to get, you know, a clean bear body closing down in a reasonable portion of the lower third of that wedge / soft bull channel, depending how you withdraw it. Right now we're looking at a doji. All right, 44, what you got? And then, of course, the more zoomed in version of this is a single bar soft bull channel. There it is, ATR below 20, 19.99, baby. All right, my cursor, again, is high of day. That's the wick high of bar 7. Go, how do you handle weeks like this, the tough ones, or the rough ones, when PA's not playing around? I just trade as I normally would. There's no secret. There's no, oh, here's the key to weeks like this. A lot of guys will say, just take the week off. I prefer to show up. I think if you really feel like you have to take a week like this off, that's a band-aid on a bigger issue, which you probably have shitty discipline, because you're like, well, if I show up, I'm going to lose money because I'm going to take bad trades. Is that not a discipline issue? That's a discipline problem. That's a patience problem. And when a reasonable setup presents itself, put it on. Accept the outcome, move on. All right, we got 2 minutes, 22 seconds to the close of 44. No, it's looking at that high of day, 25.6. This is really killing ATR, isn't it? ATR is down to 18.9. That's not fun to see. All right, 3.5 minutes out here. The close of 45. Goodness. Well, I mean, you know that when it gets this slow, somebody's going to pick a direction to go. Minute 35 out here. All right, so I've said this about 1,000,000 times, and here we are seeing it. When ATR, that red number at the bottom right of your screen, it's the average true range. It's the average range in points of a 5-minute bar here on NQ. When that dips below 20, makes our job more difficult. It does. When it dips below 10, it makes our job much more difficult. I think last time we saw an ATR below 10, we might have seen it once or twice since then, but the one that comes to memory is the 4th of July stream. I actually took a couple of trades, made a little bit of money. ATR was, I don't know, 5. So when you consider that, you can't complain too much about 18, but, you know, I got to tell you, just straight up, an ATR beneath 20 does make our job a little more difficult no matter what you're trading. I don't care what methodology you're part of. Yeah, Brando, honestly, it depends so much on the year. What the worst month to trade. To me, there is no worst month to trade. But if you're like, well, which month on average might be the least volatile, which makes our job a little harder? Maybe 60% of the time. You might see a little bit of slowdown in summer. So June, July, August. Pick one of those months. But that doesn't mean you don't show up. A lot of people, you know, when April rolls around, they start saying, here comes summer trading. Gonna take the season off. It's like you took the whole year off, big dog. What a ridiculous way to look at this. You're not just gonna trade only, you know, September, October, January, February. A lot of guys talk like that. It's kind of weird. But summer, you know, like this summer, this doesn't always happen, but this summer was slow. We saw volatility like this a lot more this summer than usual. Look at this. This is crazy. This is nuts. Jeez. If I will say it is, you know, enjoy the holidays, obviously. But as far as professionally, you know, it's always nice to look forward to, okay, well, once it is all over, and you've had that time, January's kind of reset season. And for a while, the market, we can just kind of get back to work. There's no longer any argument for why the market shouldn't be moving. You know, and usually it picks back up. About 60 seconds here. All right, I'm gonna grab a little more coffee. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Volatility picking up here, man. You know it's problematic when a 14 range bar looks like it's picking up. We got problems. ATR 18. Come on, dump this thing off a cliff. So I know that everybody's looking at this. Everybody's looking at that. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, right now the probability says what? It's about 50-50. Very close to about 50-50. But I will say, you know, we've seen this pretty often in low volatility environments as of late. We've seen grinds and then slowdowns and then single bar sideways trading ranges that never actually break the high of day. And if they do, it's oftentimes been very short-lived and then fades. Now, is that a setup to trade? No, it's just worth considering. We have been seeing that in the market context as of late. So, there you go. There's a little added anxiety for you if you're sitting long. But I hope it takes it out for you guys. That would also be good for volatility. Come on. Let's take this thing over. These bears can kind of get a grip and take some control. Now, you gotta understand, we're still in. The argument here, the only argument really, is still this little wedge. But we've got a problem. We've got a volatility problem. ATR is 18. I don't want to say it's a problem, but it's not ideal for sure, right? The quickest way to fix that, do we know what it is? We know what it is. The quickest way to fix that is for this thing to start tanking. Because then all the bulls holding for that high a day start saying, oh shit, I was trying to get 15 points, 25 points, and now I'm down 60 points. I can no longer justify this. I gotta cut this. And all of a sudden, you get shorts stepping in on that volatility, and now the ATR is back up to 32. That's the quickest way to fix that problem right now. You think we're gonna get that? I don't know, man. Would be nice. All right, I am calling you to the chat if you're currently in a position. We got to hear, man. Don't be a baby. We all win, we all lose sometimes. Are you long or are you short? If you're in a position, which you know, has there been a ram set up? There has not. So am I in a position? I'm not. And the second there is one, all of a sudden I'm in. Got a whole bunch of flats, a couple of shorts. No one's long, huh? Interesting. Yeah, Mo, selling the open at 12 was a pretty good trade. Good work. Good job. All right, 49. What you got for us, 49? One of you guys give Trump a phone call. Tell him to pick up his iPhone. Get that thing in his hands. Tell him the traders have Christmas presents to buy. He'll understand. Take that thing lower. Look at that big old bar. 15-point range. Let's do it. Take it low. Take it low. Minute 20 out. Now, I gotta tell you, for me to get short in a big, soft bull wedge or channel, depending how you want to draw this, bears have some convincing feet. Now, the problem here with a range scalp is figuring out how to manage risk. The only option really is to click below 34. And I gotta tell you, I'd much prefer if this was a soft bull channel without this wedge top for me to do that. So let's hope we don't have to make that decision. Let's just get the bears. Yeah, I mean, you delete it and look at it with a fresh set of eyes. This is all I see. That's it. Big old trend range. All right, big bar 50. We've seen 50 be the savior here every once in a while. Let's see if we can get it done today. Take this baby through. Yeah, Brando, that's the whole plan. The office renovations need to get finished up here, finishing touches. And then for 2026, the whole window will get shifted up. Come on, bar 50. There you go. 2.5 minutes out. Take this baby lower. Do it to him, Bears. Go, go, go. See a nice, moderately sized, strong, clean, closing bear body. Two minutes out. Here you go, Bears. And I hope we get to fire up the copier. We might have to try to fire up the copier maybe 90 seconds out, man. It might not turn over for a couple of tries here. Kind of a cold weather start. There you go, Bears. Pop on over to the execution screen. Trying to get the copier ready here. Yeah, she's turning over, but we've got black smoke, man. Let this thing warm up a little bit. All right, 47 seconds out. Come on, Bears, take it lower. Take it lower. Son of a gun. All right, 51. Dump that thing off a cliff. The copy trader's getting warmed up. Coming up to temp here. $51. Your turn, baby. See that? Stop short, less than 3 points, the high a day. Not to say we won't pop back up again, man, but 51's looking promising for me. We're about 3 minutes out here. Let's see what it gives us. ATR 17, by the way. Alright, halfway through this bar. Come on, Bears, hold that low. Don't do that. Got 2 minutes to clean this thing up. minute 35. Come on, Bears. All right. "20 seconds. Come on, Bears, take that thing lower. Don't be a bunch of babies. Get my stop limit cell ready. I don't want to miss anything here. I need the Bears to take it low, low, low. Close much smaller wick than that. Ugly. Nothing. All right. Next bar. Let's see what 52 brings. Two minutes. $60 seconds. Come on, Bears. Dump it, dump it, dump it. All right. Well, 25 seconds out. I am going to go ahead and get the copier engaged. Don't miss anything here. Look at that ready. Stop limit sell. Get it way the hell out of the way. And just in case, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, 53, what do we got? right. 60 seconds. Right. Well, here's bar 54, man. You don't want to see that. Little single bar trading range. ATR's down into the 16s, by the way. All right, let's see what 55 is here. All right, guys, I'll tell you what. I'm out of here, man. I gotta hit lunch, hopefully. What time is it? Yeah, maybe in the last hour of today, we'll get a little bit of additional volatility. But for now, I gotta go eat. About that time, man. All right, guys. Hey, next week. Trading as normal, of course, except when the market's closed. I expect you there. At least Monday, Tuesday. All right, guys. See you in a few days. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. Rest up, man. Do your job.